Hi, today we're going to look at multiplying monomials, this time by trinomials. So you've done monomials, you've done binomials, now we're going to look at trinomials. So as you can see, I am taking a monomial, this 3, and it's going to be multiplied by this trinomial, which means it has 3 terms on the inside of the parentheses. So if you see those parentheses and you recall that anytime there is a number on the outside of my parentheses, that means I need to distribute it to everything that is on the inside of the parentheses. Oh, and I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit the focus. Ah, that's so much better. Okay. You'd think I'd remember to do that before I get started every time. So I am going to take my 3 and it's going to get distributed to this first term, so it is going to become 3 times 2a squared. And then I'm going to take the 3 and I'm going to distribute it to the 4a, so it's going to become plus 3 times 4a. And then I'm going to take this 3 and it's going to all the way at the end, and I'm going to have plus 3 times negative 2. Because look at, there's that little minus sign. I want to make sure it comes along too, right? So don't just say like, oh, I only have to do the first 2. No, you need to do every single solitary thing that's in this side of this parentheses. If there was a polynomial that had like 8 terms, you would have to take 3 and multiply it by all 8. Thankfully, we only have 3. So now I'm going to simplify. So I have 1, I have 2, I have 3 multiplication problems that we need to solve. So 3 times 2a squared. So if I think back to the video on multiplying a mono by a binomial, it's the same idea. 3 and 2 can be multiplied together, 6, and then it's just going to be 6a squared. And then we have 3 times 4a, which is going to be then 12a. And then down here, it's just 3 times negative 2. Negative times a positive is always negative, so I'm just going to put minus 6. And that, my friends, is as small as it can get because this is a squared, this is a, and this doesn't have anything. They are not like terms, therefore it cannot be simplified any more, right? Let's try another example. So this time I'm going to throw on the outside of the parentheses, I'm going to throw a term that has a variable. I know, crazy, right? So we'll keep the coefficient simple. Let's say 2, and I'm going to use x. So 2x. And on the inside, let's say we have, oh, I love a good negative. So let's put negative 5, I'm going to put 5x cubed plus 6x minus, I don't know, 4. Okay, I'm making this up as I go here, folks. So there, let's look at this problem. Again, it's taking a monomial and we're multiplying it by a trinomial because there's 3 terms on the inside. So again, I need to distribute what's on the outside, this monomial term, to each term on the inside of my parentheses. So I'm going to start, I'm going to switch colors here because I think it's easier to see when we're solving. Pick a new color. So I'm going to take this 2x and I'm going to multiply it to the negative 5x cubed. So it's going to be 2x times negative 5x cubed. All right. Then I'm going to take 2x and I'm going to distribute it to 6x. So it's going to be plus 2x times 6x. And then finally I'm going to do it one more time all the way to the end here. Plus 2x times negative 4. Again, there's a minus sign. He is stuck to him. So now I'm going to simplify. So I'm going to do those 3 multiplication problems. Now, here, it's a little bit different than what we had up here in this part of the problem where it was just 3 times 2 and we made 6 and the a squared stayed the same. Now, if I look here, if you remember the last, the video we had a group-like basis, meaning I'm going to group 2 and negative 5 and then x times x cubed. So I'm going to have 2 times negative 5. And when so I'm going to have 2 times negative 5, which is negative 10, and then x times x cubed. And if you remember, what do we do with the exponents? When they have the same base, which they both do, what are we supposed to do with those exponents? We have to do what? Oh yes, add them. Remember, there's an invisible 1 that's with this exponent. So I'm going to have x to the 4th power because 1 plus 3 is 4. And then I come over here and I'm going to have 2 times 6 because I'm going to multiply the coefficients, which is 12. And then x times x is x squared. Not 2x, but it's x squared. Because again, invisible 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. And then finally, 2x times negative 4. Notice there's no x at the end of here, so it's just going to have the 1x. So 2 times negative 4 is negative 8, and it's going to be negative 8x. I'm going to see, can I combine any like terms? X to the fourth, x to the second, just x. No, I cannot. Therefore, this is as small as it can go. While I gotcha, I'm going to do one more example with y'all to make sure we solidify this. Now, I'm going to have, let's say, we have negative 3a times negative, a to the 5th power plus 7a squared plus a. All right, so remember, I see a negative. Think back to those videos. Remember Forrest Gump, Mom always said, remember to distribute the negative sign too. So this whole thing is going to get distributed. So I am going to take negative 3a and distribute it to positive, or I said positive, I meant negative a to the 5th power. Excuse me. Negative 3a times negative a to the 5th power. Then I'm going to take negative 3a and distribute it to 7a squared. So it is going to become negative 3a times 7a squared. And then all the way here at the end, negative 3a times a. Don't forget to distribute the negative too. That negative stays with it throughout the entire thing, okay? So now I'm going to start to simplify. So we have negative 3a times negative a to the 5th power. Remember, there's the shy 1, and I'm going to make the shy 1 appear. It's okay, little guy. Oh, there he is. And I'm going to see, is there any more shy 1s? I'm going to put 1 down there too, so we'll need him down there in a minute. So I have negative 3 times negative 1. And remember, a negative and a negative make a positive. So negative times negative is a positive 3. And then a to the 1st power, remember there's another invisible 1 right there. A to the 1st power times a to the 5th power, 1 plus 5. We have to add those exponents. It's going to be a to the 6th power. Moving right along, we have negative 3a times 7a squared. We're going to keep this negative 3 times 7, which is negative 21. And then a to the 1st power times a to the 2nd power is going to be a to the 3rd power, because we have to add the exponents. And finally, we have negative 3a times a, or times 1a. So negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. And then we have a times a. So remember, that's a to the 1st, a to the 1st. 1 plus 1 is 2. And we have a to the 6th, a to the 3rd, a to the 2nd here. None of these are like terms. They all have different powers. And voila, there we go, all done. So I hope this helped. Go ahead now, and you are going to do some practice in Schoology. And I will see you all soon. Bye.